Welcome back to Chess for Closers. I've shown you a couple, I think a couple uh, endgame domination studies from Kasparian, where the two minor pieces beat the queen. Uh, I I got hooked on them a long time ago, and I played and I did a stream with a game wherein I did sacrifice the queen for two minor pieces, and it was just like a study, which of course never happens, but it did happen, and it happened against a fellow whose name on chess.com was Tactical Tal. It was just straight out of Kasparian, and I was just so pleased. I had to show it. Anyway, I got another queen for two minor pieces game, and I'd like to show it to you. It's from a long time ago. I had the white pieces. The center counter I took. Now, of course, black can just take back directly with the queen, but this I think is the main move. There's no real good way for white to hold on to the pawn. The only way to do it, and like I say, it's not a good one, is to play c4 and then black plays c6 and white takes, and black gets the d4 square for all his pieces. His bishop is on c4 and knight's on c6 and the pawn on e5. Um, uh, I played bishop to b5 check and bishop to d7, and now the right move is bishop to c4, and black's pieces look like they're stepping over each other, and it doesn't look like it will be easily a way for black to win the pawn back, but he can do it, uh, uh, or at any rate he can discombobulate white's pieces. He can play bishop to g4 here, and if white makes the normal move knight f3, then black is taking back on d5. But on bishop to g4, white does have the move f3, which looks just like a horrible move. And black, of course, ends up having to make a somewhat horrible move by moving his bishop back to c8. And the question is, does black's backward development make up for the fact that white has a pawn on f3? Anyway, it didn't happen. Black just conceded the pawn, and I took it. So I start making some normal moves. e5, d3, bishop d6. I castled here, and he played bishop to g4. I'm sorry, I'd forgotten this. Okay, so this bishop has been moving around a little bit. Now he's ready to reinforce the pin, but he's not castled yet, so maybe he'll castle first. I play knight to c3. As you folks probably know, when black plays moves like knight to d4 against me, I ain't scared. And it was Winona. It's a nice college town. Good food. I was in a good. And my circumstances were pretty good. There wasn't any money in this tournament, but I guess I wanted to have some fun. And so here's my queen for two minor pieces sacrifice. I took, and he took on d1, and I get my knight out of hock. And I'm threatening g7, and of course I'm threatening the bishop. Well, he plays here, bishop to g4, with the idea that after knight takes g7, my knight won't have any escape squares. And he's right. So he got out of check. Perhaps he should have gone somewhere else. I played bishop h6, and he got out of, I was threatening to win the queen with a discovery, of course. So he played king to g8. I'm minus 3.75. Like I said, I was having some fun. Okay. So rook e1. Wait a minute. I forgot to pick up the second piece. What, I sacrificed my queen for one piece? Is that really what's going on here? Oh, well, what are you going to do? So he played knight h5. He's still got a big edge. And I played rook e4. And Now he took the knight on g7. Well, guess what? Of course, I took the bishop on g4. The computer rates this as completely equal, 0.00. Um, Queen for one piece, and the verdict is completely even. That is a pretty odd thing. Um, anyway, so now it's black's move. I'm threatening to take the knight, of course. Bishop f8 only move. Now this is, you know how you read in some of these books, and I've mentioned that I sat in on a Bent Larson lecture and a Boris Spassky lecture, and I asked both of them the same question, and it's relevant here. You know, what's the most important thing in chess? That's the best I could come up with, and both Larson and Spassky responded in the same way. They said the most important thing is knowing when the critical moment of the chess game is, so you know where to spend all your time, for instance, and but also just the decision that you make at such and such moment is going to decide the game. And I think that this is it here. Yeah, he's having trouble moving the bishop on f8, and White has like for instance, rook e1 and getting the one piece. Morphy would say, the rook on a1 is the problem. Everyone else is doing something. Even the knight on c3 is ready to jump into f6 in a couple moves. Anyway, so this is the position. Kurt Braskett, who is no longer with us, but it was a FIDE master, strong player. I think he was back in the 60s or early 70s. He's certainly in the top 50. His rating was 2,400, I think, USCF. He came by and mentioned, he whispered to me that, are you trying for the brilliancy prize here? There were, at the Winona State University Open, there is no brilliancy prize. First place, $100, I think. I don't know. Anyway, so the question is, of course, I didn't know that the evaluation was dead even. But so what to do here? A knight heading toward f6 with the help of a bishop on g5 would be something to think about. How about a double attack on f7, which would require the knight to go to e4 and then to g5? That's an idea. The focal point is f7. There's a focal point f6. I thought for a long time, of course, and I think the most aesthetic move here would be the Morphy move, what I'd call the Morphy move. A rook to e1, getting the pieces out. Whether White will take on e5 or just go to e3 to double up on the g line, unclear. Anyway, so there were three potential moves here. Let me see if the computer gives knight e4, best move. g5, and black has the advantage of 0.78 in black's favor. They mentioned rook e1 and minus 2.39, so that's no good. So look at the evaluation now. And this is, well, let me not give away the game here yet. So knight e4 is the best move. And black has three moves. He has more than that, but at least three moves maintain complete equality. Now, of course, one threat is bishop to g5 and then knight f6 mate or something like that. But knight to g5 is also something to consider here. It's black's move here. They give the best move or the top three moves b5. I guess the idea is hoping that White will win a pawn but move his bishop off the exciting diagonal. So White has time to just move his bishop back to b3. Black really has trouble moving. It looks like that I remember I showed that 10-move stalemate. If you look at Black's castle position there, it kind of looks like that stalemate position. So bishop to b3, and they give a5. I think the point is it doesn't really matter what Black does. So they give a5. Yeah, let's just look at it. a5, bishop g5. Now remember, I have 2 extra pawns, so I got a knight and 2 pawns for the queen. So now I'm threatening to win the queen back for 1 piece, which would put me up 2 pawns. Yeah, knight f6 or just taking the queen. But he does have bishop e7. And of course, then bishop h6. The bishop f8 is forced. And then white repeats. Let's just look at this. What happens on bishop f6? Oh yeah, white just takes. And he's up 2 pawns for the exchange or something. I think he's winning here. Let's back this up a little bit. Anyway, so in this position, yeah, this is the game here. The right move was knight to e4, and white draws. I was thinking of what to name this stream, and I was thinking that I should name it, when you sacrifice a queen for 1 piece, don't try for too much. Maybe it's just a draw. But I couldn't fit all those words on the place where you name the thing. Anyway, unfortunately, I didn't come up with knight e4. I played knight to d5 with the same idea of bishop g5, which I thought would be winning because bishop e7 is not playable. It's very logical. But then Black played queen to d6. I didn't really notice what the problem might be. I thought I was winning, and I was looking forward to the gold coins being showered on the board. I played bishop g5, knight f6, impossible to stop. Oops. Didn't see this move at all. Now on knight f6 mate, which isn't mate, Black takes back, white takes, and then Black takes the rook. Game over. Yeah, so he played h5. So I played rook to g3. And now he played rook to h6. He's covering f6 twice. He opens the h8 square for his king. And now it's back to minus 2.97. And then I collapsed and lost the game. Anyway, that was very painful. But what I do remember now is that at no time was I thinking, maybe it's just a draw here. Maybe I should just repeat and be satisfied with a draw. Well, that's right, because I thought after queen to d6, I thought bishop g5 was winning, and when he uncorked h5, painful. Okay. So that's my brilliancy, and I'm sticking to it. So if you like this game, and if you like Chess for Closers, hit like and hit subscribe. And I'll see you next time on Chess for Closers. Okay. See ya.